Welcome to Leading Organizations That Matter, a podcast about leadership and how we find impact, meaning, and joy in our work. I'm Ray Spadoni, and today's topic is lending your future self a hand. I've recently been reflecting on the fact that one of my most popular podcast episodes so far has been about the importance of having a personal knowledge management system, which was in episode number 92. When I recorded that, I knew that this topic, while important, was somewhere out along the distant edges of the themes that I typically cover here. So the fact that it was so popular has left me wondering and considering expanding a bit on the topic. So here I go. In that system episode, I mentioned that the type, form, and sophistication of our personal knowledge management tool for note-taking, tracking tasks, formally setting goals, etc., is much less important than picking one and then sticking to it over time with vigor. Today, I'm going to share a relatively simple life hack that I learned years ago that has helped me tremendously, and I hope it helps you. Actually, it's basically a small reminder that I often think about and adhere to, and that's made a great deal of a difference for me. Having a knowledge management system requires some discipline, both in the recording of information into some type of central repository and then also actually utilizing that repository. That's a given. But I, having been weirdly interested in this topic for most of my career, have often observed that many face an obstacle of their own making, and that is believing that their future self will know as much as their present self does. Life has shown me that my future self is, well, a dolt. In the moment, when we are nose down in a class, a meeting, reading a technical article, or thinking deeply about a subject, we become fleeting experts on a topic. Then later on, we might assume that our mastery of that subject will remain reasonably consistent with that which existed in that moment. But we're not. Our brains will have moved on, been filled up with new information, and the older material will fade like cheap ink on bad paper. So, when I'm in the moment, I leave my future self clear clues, breadcrumbs leading to success. I will write out instructions that acknowledge the doltishness of me in that future. So, an example. I'm changing dentists in 6 months when my insurance coverage will allow me to not be personally billed for cleanings or other dental work. So I captured in my own personal system specific instructions related to obtaining past records, thanking the outgoing dentist and his staff, filling out the incoming dentist paperwork, and communicating a lingering dental issue that I would like reviewed and hopefully addressed. None of this is complex information, but there's a very good chance that 6 months from now, I'll forget to do any of this. And also, if I do remember, I could miss a key step. My own system will alert me in due time and then will make the clear-cut recipe readily available exactly when I need it. This is a personal example, but the professional ones abound. When I take notes in a meeting that will directly influence a client deliverable down the line, for example, I make sure I capture and flag the information that I know my future self will appreciate receiving. So, be kind to your future self. He or she will be most grateful. Thanks for listening. Leaving a positive review and letting others know about this podcast will help a great deal. My mission is to help empower organizations that matter by supporting those who lead them. I offer coaching, mentoring, and consulting services. You can learn more about me and my work at rayspadoni.com.